Legends, let's lock it in. We are up here ready for the new episode of the Legends Live. It's Rose here.
It's your boy Sin Kami. Can I get a win in the comments? Yo, so today we have an amazing episode. We have the one and the only, the man with the plan. We got Rick in here, guys. He's definitely gonna give us some insight, some cool, maybe some sneak peeks of some of his work and some of the things he's been working on. So we're super excited about that. Roz, take it away.
Definitely. We got a lot of cool things coming up. So we had a lot of announcements this week, a lot of cool things to dig into. We're going to just go right through them and open it up for some discussion. So here we go. We're going to talk about some of the cool things that happened in the AMAs through the week, as well as we have this exclusive interview, like you mentioned earlier, with Rick. He is the lead weapon designer for Meta Legends. So some cool stuff coming out of that interview. And after that, we're going to jump into the lounge. We're going to talk about some of the things like community call-ins, giveaways, fan art, and more. So stick around. We actually have a surprise at the end of the podcast. So if you tune in, you stick around, retweet, share, friends, we will definitely be dropping a little sneak peek here at the end. So
Ooh,
make
shit.
sure you're staying tuned. But
Nice.
now let's go into the announcements, man. Let's jump into the meat. So we had a founders AMA yesterday with Max and Robin, and both of them have a lot of cool information to bring to us. So some of the things that were discussed about is the tokenomics, just
Yeah,
making sure that, when we get to the game tokens, that it is a sustainable economy within the game. So
exactly.
that is something that is in the works right now that they're looking into. So it's really cool to hear some of that information that, okay, they're really starting to plan some of the more important facets of how this meta life is going to be operating.
Exactly.
Then he was dropping some hints about trailers and modeling for new videos that they've been preparing on the Engine 5. So just be ready for that. I mean, just some of the things that are going to be rendered, some of the quality that you're going to be seeing. It's exciting. It's chilling. It's going to be fun. Then they're also working on hiring the right people. You know, Meta Legends, it is a growing project. And as the project grows, they need to keep on bringing in different kinds of talent. But, keep it in mind, they are really going after some of the best talent there is out there because they want to provide the best kind of an environment, best kind of meta life, best app, best whatever you can think of for this project. They're really going hard, making sure that they're hiring the right people to keep on elevating this project to the next level. And, he kind of dropped a little hint about checking out some of the Meta Legends offices out there in Dubai. What do you think
Ooh,
about some of those things, Sinkami? Tell me your thoughts.
dude. So, like, I mean, we can just start out with the amazing fact that Robin. We don't really see a lot of Robin, but I mean, when we do, he definitely knows how to make an entrance. When we saw Robin in the AMA, he really gave his point, like what he's been doing, because we see Max all the time, so we're like, okay, so what's up with the other guys? And Robin came in and was just like, hey guys, I'm here trying to make sure we're doing everything in a legitimate manner so that this project can move in the way that is safe and secure for holders, you know what I mean? So I really appreciated that. The making sure that we have new videos and new concepts for the Unreal Engine 5. That's amazing because we need to see that, So since we know that that's coming and that's being worked on, I think that really fuels the community like 110%. And I mean, to be honest, I've had small businesses and whatnot, and I know that transfers to like a larger corporation and a larger project like us. And so hiring the right people to do that is something very important. You just don't want to hire people just to hire people just to get the job done, because we don't want to rush this. We're going to take our time and make our place in history. So hiring the right people is a part of that. So I appreciate Robin for coming in and telling us and just keeping us up to date, not leaving us in the dark.
Definitely. You and I have both seen it. It is the quality that really comes out of this project, and they've really been pressing to get that quality in every aspect of this project. So it's great. Lots of cool stuff coming in, and there was a lot more going on, and now we'll dig into some of those other things that were discussed throughout
Oh
the
man,
AMA.
we talking about some juicy
Now
stuff
here
now,
we go.
man.
Well, hold on. Let's bring somebody else in. We had a fun interview last week, didn't we? Or sorry, over the weekend with
I know.
the one of the co-founders, Max. So why don't we bring him on back up here for a little talk?
Let's see what he's got to say.
Absolutely. All right, let's bring him in here. Max, how are we doing? Oop,
Oh,
you're muted. You're muted.
we can't hear you.
Yeah,
There
I
you go.
was I was just saying really bad things about you, so it's a nice to meet.
Oh man.
No,
How
that's
we doing?
right. Yeah, I say hi to every legend. Thanks a lot for watching the podcast. It's a really amazing moment, and we are going to bring a lot of people in this podcast, especially the lead artist working on, the meta life part of thing. And today we are really proud to welcome Rick to talk about the weapon. I'm so excited. I'm not gonna stay here. I just wanted to jump in and say hi to the community because you're all amazing, and I'm gonna, jump off, watch the live, enjoy, and yeah, stay till the end because the guys might drop a really exclusive sneak peek.
Oh, it's always a pleasure having you up here, Max. Always fun. We appreciate you.
Me too, guys. Okay,
All right, we'll see you later. Thanks, Max.
Peace.
see you guys. Peace.
Oh, it's always nice it's great. It's
Yeah.
incredible being able to have somebody that is so involved in this
Yeah.
project like him,
Oh,
being able to take time out of his day to just drop in and say, hey, on something like the podcast or whatnot. So kudos to him and his work ethic, his ability to really get involved in every different aspect of this community. So big shout out to Max.
big shout out to Max. That big legend energy out there.
Oh yeah. But oh yes, win.
Win.
All right. We got a lot of stuff to cover, so let's meta jump into it. All
Let's
right.
get it.
So on Friday, we will be kicking off the Twitter raid event. What is this? So what is happening is it has been orchestrated that there are a lot of whales and other projects who are going to be, working to jump in on this project here.
Hmm.
And what we're going to be doing is what they're going to be doing is they're going to be picking up, they're going to be sweeping some of the legends off the floor,
Hmm.
and we're going to have this big push throughout the community to really try to broaden just meta legends, just give them a lot more view, just able to get them up there and more seeable throughout the community.
Hmm.
So lots of stuff coming with that. And what do you think about that? I mean, how do you think this Twitter raid is going to go? What do you see about some people have a lot of questions about the floor price. Like, I know that you and we could care less about the floor price sometimes because we're in it for the long run and we know
Right.
how it's going to end up. But how do you think people are going to react to that?
Man, you know what? I really feel like people are going to respond in a way that is healthy. Some people are going to be scared at probably like how, we're going to do this, but the floor sweeping, guys, is by the community. It's not by the project or anything like that. It's in the community wallet, so don't be scared or anything like that. And it's more of an organic lift and more on an organic fix to the floor right now. And I was talking to some of the community Rods, and they were really saying that if they did do it, that they would like to do it in a way that is, slow but steady. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah.
every 3 months, we sweep the floor up to like point two, to point two every like 3 months. So if it's at like 0.16, we sweep up, point two to where it's like at three, and then we wait 3 months, and then we see where it's at in 3 months, and then we sweep from there point two to get that point three to point five, so on and so forth. Just you know, just to have it to where like the community can see organic growth, and not really have to worry, because
Yeah. And I totally agree with that. I think what this push for the Twitter rate is really trying to do is, they were explaining they want that snowball effect, so then it can impact as many people that it possibly can. We got owners of, we got HAPE owners and other successful project holders that are going to be involved in this. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this thing all kicks off and flows. I'm just interested to see the momentum behind it. They have the plan for the 5 days, but I think that what's going to happen is there's going to be a little bit of momentum behind that kind of action. So pretty exciting stuff, right?
to myself, definitely, definitely, definitely. I feel like the team just plans to give us any and everything we actually possibly need, and it's super exciting. Roz, I have a totally random question. Can you hear anything in my background, or can you just hear me
No, you're
as
good,
usual?
bro. You're good.
Okay, she's in the back with the blender, bro, just juicing a whole bunch of fruit. And so all I hear is this
Don't
ying,
worry, man. My kid's running around over here too, so I totally understand. I'm like, geez,
okay.
how do they not hear this? But
Okay, great, great, great,
oh,
great.
a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun. But okay, let's hop to the next thing. So
Okay,
another one of the questions was, who can access the meta life?
right.
And could you give a little bit of an insight of what
So
that would look like?
yeah, shout out to our boy Laxum in our Discord, man. He's one of our whales, man. Very educated individual in the NFT market, especially anything Meta Legends related. So shout out to Laxum. But his question was in the AMA. It was, will the will it only be accessible, will the meta life only be accessible to like legends,
Yeah,
and
the play to earn.
to be
Yes.
able to just play to earn. And for legends that was really important. And that gave way to a blank class. I like to call it a demo class, because when you play a video game, right, and you don't know if you really want to buy it or not, you can download the demo. At least back in the day, I'm showing my age a little
Yeah.
bit, So back in the day, you would have a demo. You could play that demo, get the experience of the game, experience of playing the game, but it would make you want to actually purchase the real game. So that would be the experience. It's called like a blank class, would be the experience that one would get if they weren't a legend and they wanted to experience meta life. So
Yeah.
it was a great answer by Max. You always got to hand it to him when was time to answer you a question. He doesn't, run around or go around the question. He answers the question directly. So you got to really appreciate that.
Yeah, because the thing that we've been picking up on is, yeah, Meta Legends. It's mainly for Meta Legends, but
Hmm.
we want to be inclusive.
Hmm.
At some point, we still want to bring other projects into it, or maybe have, like you said, that blank slate class. We want other people coming and experiencing it, but it's going to be different levels. The the best game that I can compare things to is like old school RuneScape.
Mm.
This is an MMORPG
Yeah.
that when you play it, you you do the free to play. You can only access some of the map. You don't have access to all the skills
Hmm.
yet, but you can still make money. You just don't have all the resources to make
You
as
can
much
make way more money if you
when you're a
had.
member. Yeah, when you're actually a member of it. So
Hmm.
definitely a lot of stuff to develop and learn from that aspect. So great questions being asked, and equally impressive answers being provided to some of these questions too. So that was a good one about the who can access the meta life. Now let's jump over to something about these additional elements. So if you look at
Hmm.
some of the NFTs, there are different traits,
Correct.
and there's only so many of them that have these additional elements and whatnot. And
Hmm.
so this kind of brought back a little bit of what traits you're able to interchange in and out,
Exactly.
when you get into the game. And so it's a great question. And if I believe the things that are going to be more interchangeable are like the armor
Hmm.
and
The helmet.
the helmet and the eye, but not like the body. You can't change the body. The
Yeah.
neon, I don't think that's going to be something that follows you through the
The
game.
environment, and I think it's the environment,
And the
the
and also your
subcategory.
background, so it was great to learn some of those limitations and understandings of, all right, yes, you're going to be able to interchange some of the things, but it's only going to be in the game. It's not going to really apply to your NFT,
Right.
but you have these different options, that you can go through when you're doing this stuff. So what do you think? What are your thoughts about these additional elements and some of the rarities and some of the traits? Give me just a thought. Give me something to talk about with that.
Quick little rundown of that, man. I really feel like that's actually really amazing because it shows the different floors that are in the project, and then it just adds different utility to each and every trait. Because if we're going to be able to exchange, traits and exchange armors, it's exchanging eyes and stacking eye stats, you get a Matrix Angel eye, and you get some, extra dexterity. You know what I'm saying? With a Matrix Angel armor, now you get like super high creator, you super fast, super stamina, whatever. You're just able to exchange and have so many combinations that make really good qualities and properties of a MMORPG, which we're trying to make. So yeah,
Oh yeah,
definitely.
yeah, and it, just every day, we're learning so much more about what's going on each and every day. It's so much fun. We're all in different time zones, and for us, we're here in the U.S., not too far off from each other. And
Mhm.
it's sometimes fun, like for me, when I wake up and, sometimes there's this new information that's been dropped, and it's just fun waking up with some of that news to start off your day,
Man,
right?
right?
But okay, so that's cool about the additional elements. Now let's talk about something people are a little bit more curious about, and that's the lands, specifically the minted ones. So
Hmm.
if you were around for the original mints that went on, you had an option to get perk packages at different tiers. So if you minted at point 0.3, you just got the NFT. And then as you went up, you got different things. And the most expensive one was 2.5. And that's where you got a 3x3 plot of land. You also got a residence, a residence, a vehicle, pet, and armor. So you got all of those things included with that 2.5 package. And so the question was kind of like, what's the segmenting of that kind of like? Could you add a little bit of clarity of what people were trying to understand from that?
Yeah, so basically, people were trying to understand if they got like a 3x3, right? Are they able to, 3x3 is 9, right? So if you take one of your 3x3s in Sandbox, for example, or Decentraland, that's how what people are used to going off of. But we are going to be making our own metaverse. So in our metaverse in Unreal 5, our plots are going to be like our lands are gonna be like homes, like home sizes, right? So
Yeah,
you have
different
like
kind
if
of
you
like mansions and what, right? So
exactly, so you have like a studio, or you have like a house that's like 1,600 square feet, or you have like a huge house. You know what I'm saying? 25 square feet, but nothing will be like, yeah, can I take this portion of my land and sell it separately, or can I, so it's just all one group of land. So,
Yes, and that's not, I think it was kind of interesting how it wasn't necessarily brought up before about segmenting it. So I mean,
hmm
I don't think it's necessarily something that's going to change in the
hmm
future,
hmm
but it's still interesting to see. There's these different approaches at how different metaverses can handle their land and whatnot. So
right.
definitely lots of interesting stuff in that. So that's a lot of the information that we had going on for the AMAs and the announcements. And then the last thing is, you know, this podcast.
hmm
How do you think we did over the weekend, man? Do you think we had a good time? You think we had some
Man,
fun?
I can't lie to you, I was nervous as hell the first time. Okay, I was so nervous, dude. I'm like, I need to like, I need a script. I'm like, oh man, and then like, if and guys, if I read anything, it's gonna be something I've typed out myself or anything like that. But I'm like, oh, the peer edit was crazy. When you peer edit yourself. So, to be honest, bro, I had mad fun though. At the end of the day, interviewing Max was amazing.
Dude,
Um,
absolutely.
like,
For me, and I know you did it too, when we had to go back and watch how we did and whatnot, some of the times I'm looking at myself like, what are you doing with your
what are you
eyes,
doing?
man?
What are you doing, bro?
But this is still something new. This is still something that we're figuring out the space, but we're having fun with it. At the end
Definitely.
of the day, as long as we're having fun growing Meta Legends and keeping the community engaged
Uh,
with
uh,
all the stuff that we're trying to keep engaged with,
that's all that
we're having fun
matters.
with it.
It's all that matters, bro. It's all that matters, bro.
Yeah, definitely. So, do you have any last minute comments before we move on to the next section?
No, man. I mean, hey, Meta Legends, we keep it transparent, man, and we'll be relaying to you guys any announcements you might have missed because we're all over the world, so all different kind of time zones. So if you ever miss anything, guys, lock it in right here at Meta Legends Live, man. We'll keep you updated to anything Meta Legends related.
Awesome. So now, okay, we have a guest that we'd
Uh
like to bring up onto
oh.
the stage.
Let's do
It
it.
it is the man who is responsible for developing the weapons here in Metal Legends. We got a lot of cool stuff to show. So let's bring him on up. Rick, how we
Let's
doing, Rick?
go.
Hey, hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, Rick?
Not
Loving.
much, just working hard and trying to get the pipeline all ready and make some cool stuff. And thank you for bringing me on. I appreciate it.
Man, bro,
Hey,
thank you for
we're
being here, bro.
excited. This is a whole different space for us. We're in the Discord, and sometimes we have only so much communication with the people that are on the other side of the project actually developing things. And so
Mm.
being able to make these connections and actually show people, what you're working on, it's great. It's fun, and we're happy to show off all the incredible stuff you've been really working on. So, you ready to jump in?
Yeah, I'm ready. I mean, we got some cool stuff for you guys listening and tuning in right now. Give you a taste of how we're taking things into familiar territory and then how we're trying to expand upon the shape language that a lot of the different factions have. So, yeah, I'm excited to get into the nitty gritty about it.
Cool. So before we get into that, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself? Give the podcast listeners a little background about you. How did you get involved with Meta Legends too?
Okay, so hi, I'm Rick. I like frogs. That's a fun fact. It's irrelevant though, but
Yeah.
I am a hard surface concept artist
Nice.
specializing in props, mainly weapons is what I've done. I got involved in Meta Legends because I had just finished my tenure at a company doing an outsourced company doing skins for like Apex Legends and props on the newest Call of Duty. And my friend Hugo actually put me in contact with Max and the recruiters actually there saying, hey, we need people for this project. So I did a concept for them. Things really, I liked working for them. It was a good environment and they liked what I did. So they brought me on to supervise and be the lead weapons artist on Meta Legends. So that's kind of the short history of what I do and how I ended up where I am. But it's been a nice transition from going to work on AAA games to working on something more passion project and driven and free.
Love it.
Wow, that's some interesting stuff. So, I mean, tell us about some of the you were
Yeah.
involved in some other projects. Tell us a little bit about that.
I mean, mainly like Call of Duty. I did like the two biggest ones that people are going to know about because I worked at an indie studio prior are Call of Duty and Apex Legends. Apex Legends, I did a few weapon skins for like the legendary weapon skins where it's basically designing a new weapon while staying within the confines of like what needs to happen in terms of animation and like hard points, which is something I transferred over to the process that we're working on to streamline everything in the Meta Legends universe with the guns. And then I don't know if anybody's played Vanguard, Call of Duty Zombies, but there's a few things in there I did.
Cool.
Yeah, the floating head is one of them. I
What?
helped work on that. The floating zombie head that kind of helps guide you around the map in that.
Man, that's so much fun. I mean,
Doug.
I'm a nerd growing up for Call of Duty, so
Yeah,
just having exposure to somebody like you that is involved in those kind of projects, it's fun for me. It's fun.
yeah. I wish I could show you guys most of it. It's just under NDA still right now. I'm
Yeah,
waiting,
no, that's
to like.
totally understandable.
Yeah,
But so this is something that we were talking about, is that we know you're kind of establishing this design language of weapons for Metal Edge. So can you explain, what is that about? Can you help us understand that?
yeah. So design language would be like the way the angles line up on these weapons. It could be anything from color palette, general shapes, like this faction may have a more boxy, like aggressive, stable kind of like one of the things I can say is we're talking about the burners weapons is we're looking at a lot of like single piece milled guns that are very heavy looking and very rectangular and square because that shows, it communicates subconsciously that this is a very heavy, very bulky weapon, so therefore it's got to have a lot of power into it. So like design language is just something I'm so passionate about, so I'm really trying to guide it so that each different faction feels unique. Like my favorite example is Halo, right? You know which weapons are the Covenant weapons. They're
Yeah.
alien, they look like beetles. They're like on
Oh,
the nose. Even in Halo 4, oh, this is a Promethean weapon because of it's got the triangular shape language and the energy beams. And then UNSC, you know what's what. Like that's very good example of like good design and shape language. So
Right.
that's fun.
yeah.
Uh, I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea about this stuff before having you on. So having you connect some of those dots for me, it's just like, oh my goodness, that is incredible that you're focusing on that kind of a detail for these different classes.
Yeah. Well, I
That's
mean,
fun.
it's really important too because if we're going to be seeing a lot of these guns in first, even in third person, it matters too. But if you're especially first person view, right, that's what is going to take up like 25% of your screen is
Yeah.
the actual gun. So like you want something that's unique and engaging, and like the only way to really, I feel, bring about a good shape language and a good like design language mentality is to really do a lot of research. So we're actively looking at a lot of different references and like trying to nail that stuff down. But if you guys want, we can pull up some examples of like some of the stuff that
Bro,
I've been
what?
doing.
Yeah. So
Of
here, I
course.
mean,
Yeah.
I think you sent this to us earlier. So can you tell
Let
us
me
a little bit
see.
about
Yeah, of
this?
course.
What's
Oh my
this?
So
goodness.
this is basically, this was the first thing I got hired on to do. Was we had an established concept. Mind you, like anything that I'm showing is not final. It's work in progress. As concept art, typically, we go through a bunch of different ideations. But this was something of the old celestial shape language, and I was tasked to do like a beauty shot, like I used to do when I was on Apex Legends. We do a very high polished, beautiful shot. So I build out the model first in Fusion 360, and then what follows next, I sent you guys the final one as well too, is I
Oh yeah,
take
let's
it
get
up
that up there.
to, yeah, I take it up to
Woo!
this level of detail where I usually throw it in Keyshot, I add some materials, then I go in and I paint on top of that in Photoshop. I either paint out like imperfections in the model, or I paint and accentuate the, materials and certain areas where I want your eye to go to. And this is typically the way I like to work. Um, and I like it that way because like materials can be really hard to nail sometimes. So if you have a good base, you can get a better idea of what you're trying to present to the people who are going to take the next step in the pipeline, which would be the 3D modelers and the textures. We want them to know like, hey, this is this material. This is, you want to be very clear, especially with uh, how high fidelity games are these days. You want to be as clear and concise as possible when it comes to passing something off. So, um, yeah, that was the first thing I worked on last month, actually, for Meta Legends, and um, I we're currently working on some new. Right now, we're tackling some submachine guns for the roughs and the
Would these
cybers.
happen to be them?
Yeah, so this is actually a great 3D model block out. I had his name's Bond. He's working under me. And I've been helping direct, some of the flow with the other artists. And I tasked him to create a 3D block out like one that I showed prior. And he really, I think he knocked it out of the park, for like what he did is pretty impressive. So, of course, we're gonna fine tune everything, tweak things, add tertiary detail. But like, I was very happy with this, and I think, and hopefully, you guys get excited. We see like we're trying to make these things so that they look interesting from all angles. Like, we really want to sell the idea that like this is something that's not just a Glock. It's not just an extruded shape. It's got depth to it. But yeah, that's one of them. And then also these are the concepts that, so if you see the right hand one, that's the one that 3D model was built from, that side view. And again, this is just something where like I try and communicate. This will give you a little preview of the shape language too, but the far left one is for the cybers. That's the
Mhm.
direction I'm trying to take it in, with
Oh, nice.
a little bit still that modern, but like far, like near future type aesthetic.
Yeah,
Whereas the roughs are going to be like, this modern day,
like
because
guerrilla warfare looking type.
exactly, yeah,
These
like
are
it's
cool,
the
man.
weapons that aren't super like out of date, but they're not like the cutting edge thing, because they're
Exactly.
like,
Dude.
I
yeah.
like that,
So
These
bro.
these are wicked, man. I
thanks, I
mean,
appreciate
you
it.
you definitely, sometimes it just takes some of these realizations to know that, you got to look at it from all different angles to
Yeah,
understand, how it's really going to turn out, how you really want to view, how you really want that weapon to stand out and be viewed. So
Hmm.
it's kind of interesting because, from my perspective, I've only seen it from the, whether it's
Right.
been dropped on the ground or
exactly.
I'm picking it up. So it's crazy to think about the different, perspective that you have to have when you're looking at these weapons.
Well,
So
yeah, because now in games, when you get the weapon, now you can take it and you can look at it, you can
Yeah,
flip
dude,
it.
exactly. If we incorporate that in there, that's something I'd like to show these off as a showcase. Like, hey, look at all the
yes.
detail. Like, we're even like, one of the things I'm trying to really push here is like, especially with these, because they're going to be firing actual bullet types as opposed to the energy weapons. We're trying to play around with different styles, but these are going to be the actual firearms. So I'm trying to make them as plausible as possible,
Hmm.
where everything's in the right place and it might function. And that's a huge part of the design process too, of course.
That's pretty cool. So, Connor, you got any questions for him, man?
Man, what? Like, I mean, besides like the questions I have like lined up, dude. Like, man, look.
Dude, throw them at me. I'm more than, Man, I'm anticipating. Give it all to me, man. I'm
So I
Hey,
got I got a couple. Roz, you mind if I take over a little bit,
no,
man?
take
Shoot a
some,
couple
bro. Take
questions.
some. I'll fill in where I need.
So Rick, like, let me ask you, what's your, you're a gamer, bro. You're a maker of weapons. What's your favorite weapon to actually use in a video game? Are we talking assault rifles,
damn, dude.
submachine
This
gun,
is so
sniper?
tricky, man.
I know
I
they're all situation related, right? Because if you know what I'm
yeah.
saying. So
All right, so for me, I would have to say again, I've been playing a lot of Halo Infinite recently, so like the
same.
battle rifle is the go-to, but if it's
Yep.
something more like long range, right? That's Call of Duty, it's going to be a sniper.
Mm.
I can't do close range stuff to save my life except for in Halo, like the shotgun in Halo for some reason, but other than that, like so I guess if anybody's gonna play me here, like please don't go close range on me because like it's gonna go bad for me, you know.
You're gonna have your squad with you, bro. We always
Don't
need a
I
worry,
sniper in
man.
the
We
back,
got you. We
bro.
got the res.
yeah, man, for sure, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Bro, thank you, bro. That was great. Another one is like what in particular games, right? What
Yeah,
stands out in like visual design? Like what actually is something that's like what's something that you're like, damn, I want to do that, or like, damn, I'm gonna implement that, or like what's something that you always see and you're like, I love that. Like I want to put that in my game.
gotcha. Yeah, that's a really good question because there are two big ones that really stick out to me right now. Of course, the first I mentioned earlier is Halo. Like I don't care. I know there's the argument about like Halo 5 and Halo 4, are not great, blah blah blah. But like I'm gonna come back at you and say, like, no, there's some really strong visual design in there.
Mm,
And it's just like, any Halo game, like has sometimes some of the most memorable design compared to other games. And then the other one is the new Doom series, like Doom 2016 and
yeah.
Eternal. And like I got to give a shout out to Brian Flynn for like designing those guns because those are some of the like very very well designed and tasty guns. Like I look at those things and I'm just like, wow, dude, there's so much put into every view that you'd think of to make this thing look cool. So those would have to be my picks if I were to choose.
Did they like did they like redo like the BFG or something like
Oh
that?
yeah, dude, like everything looks like incredible and it make like the gameplay wise of making you feel like a badass, honestly. So like it goes into the design helping the gameplay, like how big the guns feel, how chunky, how like you have to be so strong to lift this thing up because it's massive, you know, really good communication of like you're a beast because you're holding this giant gun. So
Holy shit.
yeah.
Oh yeah. I know exactly how you feel. I know exactly how that feels actually.
Oh yeah, dude.
That was almost like playing Destiny and like picking up like was it the rocket launcher, dude. What is it called? Starts with a G.
Gallahorn.
The Galahorn, bro.
I used to play a lot of Destiny too, trust me, like years. I played for years. So
Same. Them raids,
that's
bro.
another one, dude. There's some cool designs in there, like some of the exotics are pretty cool looking.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
you could
They
add
actually
that
did
too.
some good jobs with that.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, dude, I heard you got a pet. A little birdie told me you
Let
had a
me
Yeah, a
pet.
little birdie
let
told
me see
me.
if I can get her, man. Come on. Here, I'm gonna trick her with some treats and maybe she'll come out. Come on.
I love it. I love it.
Come
We
on,
had Max
sweetheart.
with his dogs last week. We got
Come
Rick
on.
with the bird this week. Who
You
knows
just
what we'll
gotta
get out of it.
understand designers are lovable people and they love their pets. You know what I'm
Come on.
saying? Like that's it's a beautiful thing, you know.
I'm trying to get her out. She's being a little shy. Oh,
Hey,
there we go.
it happens. We
There we go.
understand.
Look
Yeah,
at
this is
her.
Oh, hello.
let me yeah, this is Yuki. Um I also own a frog, but he literally doesn't do anything all day, so there's no point in like taking him out because he just digs a hole and just stands in it until I feed him. So but yeah, she is my assistant art director. So she's constantly
Yes,
looking over
yes.
my shoulder, just criticizing everything I do. So it's nice. It's a nice little addition,
I can
honestly.
see her every time you try to go for a new color. She pecks you like, no, not that one.
Oh yeah, dude, she'll straight up come onto my hand, and she'll like, I'll be drawing right with the pen, and she'll try and like, hey, no, you're going go this way. Like she'll straight up try and mess my flow up, but it's great. I don't think I could get nearly as much done without like, a little bit of company like this. It's
No,
quite
dude, that's
refreshing. So
awesome. We're happy to hear stuff like that. And so I guess, do you take some of that from into consideration for your like inspiration into
that is a
something?
really good question because yes, actually. So I haven't finished this personal project yet, but something I've been chipping away at is taking sci-fi and making frog shaped sci-fi, like design language based off of like a frog pistol, right?
I
Like
understand. Yeah.
yeah, like that kind of stuff. So that's something I've chipped away in like in my personal work. And so yeah, like when I'm that's a good thing because like it doesn't need to be that direct. This is just me taking it goofy on, personal work. But
Exactly.
like if I'm thinking speedy, I want like a speedy uh like
Agile.
agile. Yeah, I was gonna say athletic. I'm like, guns are
I'm
not
here. I'm
athletic,
here.
dude.
I'm
Like
here. I'm with you, bro.
yeah, agile gun, right? Like so what is that? Like what do car designers think of? They think of sharks, they think of, like birds, like very fast hawks, things like that. So we distill that information and we take that into the gun based on those shapes, based on like how does that thing move? It communicates like long swoops and stuff like that. So yeah, in a way, it does really it bring like a level of inspiration. But I mean, beyond that, dude, like designing is very thought intensive. So like having a little bit of like comedic
Imagination.
relief and and stuff with the pet is a huge a huge benefit. So
No, I'm glad that we're digging into some of these things because it's great to learn about what fascinates people, what people
yeah.
pull their ideas and apply them to. Everybody has a different perspective, and now that I'm seeing and visualizing the little green gun or something, whatever,
Yeah.
it's fun. Make it your own, have your own kind of style to it. That's fun, man. I mean,
Yeah,
it's pretty
Yeah.
dude.
cool stuff.
Now,
Thanks,
if you could,
guys. I appreciate that.
dude. No, bro. We appreciate you, man. And like so, like to go to the next question, we want to know
Yeah.
if you could choose to be like a Meta Legend pet. We've got some like sneak previews of certain things, but like
Yeah.
for what the public knows now, right?
Yeah.
What Meta Legend pet would you be?
Dude, that is a really good question. And like again, I know we have a team working on, some really awesome designs. Like I've been able to take a sneak peek and, kind of look through everything. And I mean, this is half, like, oh, I just want to say I'd be like a giant frog if there was like a Meta Legend pet, like some kind of giant mecha frog. And like I'm kind of crossing my fingers that like maybe that's something that ends up being like a final product because that'd be really cool for me. Or I mean, the other standard answer is like something that flies. So like I guess a dragon or a bird, because like I've always enjoyed
Ooh.
the idea of flight. Like that would be another answer for me. I don't know what faction I belong to, but like I just know like okay, if I wanted to be this like cybernetic pet animal, which one would I be? It'd probably be a frog or a flying creature.
Definitely.
Dude,
That kind of brings up another question. Like,
about the factions.
is there a faction or a weapon design that you are absolutely all about that you love making that style?
What's your favorite faction? Tell us.
I'm good. I have a straight answer for that actually. So um the Celestials, which are the highest tier, because and again the concept that I showed you again, we're reworking that design language to make it a little bit flow a little bit better. Yeah, that
Mhm.
one. So we're gonna maintain that sweep, but we're gonna integrate it more into the weapon like you would a sports car. So like that's why I'm really excited to tackle this guy. in particular this design language. We don't have anything like on visual examples yet, but I've laid out the groundwork on the design rules and principles that are going to follow this style. So I'm really excited to dive into that. And once I get, the team kind of together and like get things rolling and more efficient, then we can start tackling these more abstract designs. But right now we're trying to kind of focus and get the function element nailed down so everybody has an understanding of, oh, okay, this is like if I were building like an actual like probable gun, these are the pieces that need to be here in the right places. So it's been we're basically, if you to think of it, like so far we've been working from like the bottom tier class, the roughs upwards, but it might be hopping around in the future, just depending on what kind of things we need to really nail down shape wise, language, and everything. All right, that is enough treat for you because you're making a mess everywhere, little bird. Let me see if she'll.
Oh, very fun. No, we appreciate all that,
she just
all the
left so
information.
She
fast.
did, dude. She
providing
just,
us.
you have no idea, man.
Just having this kind of a perspective, it's fun. And I know that there's a lot of people in the community that are appreciating the effort and the details, even that you're just explaining to us here. A lot of us are not exposed to this kind of understanding this information. So, we
So
just want to
true.
say thank you for all that. And,
I want to say thank you to you guys too, because like this, like talking about this stuff, I mean, and like knowing that people like actually want to tune in and hear it, like it just gets me more enthusiastic about like my job, which is always a great thing, right? Like, so it's awesome. Yeah,
dude, you just gave
Bro,
me chills.
you
because
motivate us, bro, and it's crazy because it sounds like we
yeah,
motivate you, bro.
we
So
just
it's the
got,
same
it's
thing,
just a
bro.
melting pot of motivation, and that's what's really going to help blow this
exactly.
project up, because we are all self-sustaining, driving one another to do what we can, and
Yeah,
by encouraging each other and understanding our abilities and whatnot, it really helps to push this to a whole new level. So,
Definitely.
this is really exciting. And, I think that, do we have any
I got a question for you guys too,
Oh,
and then we can
What's
open
up?
it to open
What?
floor if you guys don't have
yeah.
anything else.
So let's just get some community. Hey, if the community has any questions,
Yeah,
start
I want to
dropping
hear.
them
I want to hear
now.
his question first,
I
though.
will
No.
definitely.
Agreed. But I'm just giving them a chance to start dropping
Yeah,
them.
for sure, man. If you
Let's
So
got
do
ask
if
it.
the
you got
questions. Let's see what we
questions,
can
start
do.
picking, typing them out, man. But my question for you guys is like, as somebody, who's like heavily invested in this project and had like clearly shows passion for it, we obviously, as game makers and developers, we want to kind of, I'm trying to think of the right word without it sounding corny, but like we want to, say like, hey, like we're listening and we want to try and incorporate ideas. So my question is like, if you could have any type of gun, let's just say, it could be energy, electric, ice, fire, blah blah blah, whatever kind of thing. Like what would it be? Like, would you want to like if you were to make a gun, what would those properties be in terms of like energy or like firing or
Ooh.
fire pattern? I know it's a bit of like a on the spot question, but
For
like,
me, I like the big and the heavy, man.
all
I'm
right,
talking anything kind of like that 50 cal kind of vibe where it knocks you back when you're shooting that. It's got a little smoke rising off the end of the barrel, and it could have different kind of bullets. I love the colors, I love it. How in Call of Duty you can have those different kind of tracer colored rounds.
yeah,
I love that kind of that kind of a concept and whatnot. I like Halo and what, but for me, I have been raised on Call of Duty, so
yeah, fair
those
enough,
ones.
man. We are definitely gonna have some big. I can tell you one of the factions for sure. I'm gonna make it chunky, and it's gonna feel like you're shooting a cannon. So I'm glad that's something you guys want. And what
Oh,
about
that's
you, Sinkani?
exciting.
Like,
Bro, Rick. First off, Roz, beautiful. Like everybody loves the big chunky, bro.
yeah, dude.
Everybody loves to just do or
Yes,
just
yes.
do. Everybody loves those. But me
I call them the
personally,
dump trucks, dude, because they just
bro,
dump all that shit
just
on you when you
just
shoot
just
them.
Dude. Me personally, I'm a mix between SMG and LMG, so I might as well say like advanced assault rifle kind of deal, assault rifle with, good bullet speed, you know what I'm saying? Good bullet velocity, good ammo. You know what I'm saying? Fat, chunky ammo. I ain't even really got to do a lot of damage for real. Just as long as I can shoot you with like 100 bullets, you know what I'm saying, within
Yeah.
like some seconds, I'm good on that. Just give me that. Like I'm like the heavy tanker, so for sure, give me a nice clean LMG. You know what I'm saying? Just
Spray
give
and
me an
pray
LMG.
style. Is that what? Is
Bro,
that you?
not even
Nice.
spray and pray, because it's like if you're not hip to it, you would call it spray and
Yeah.
pray, right? But if you
True.
hip to
True.
it, it's the brrr,
Exactly.
brrr,
Exactly.
brrr.
It's not just.
Yeah, bro.
No,
It's
it's
not
No,
this
it's
that
is
this.
shit. No.
this is totally cool, and hearing about all these different ideas and whatnot, and it brought up one of the questions. I'm going to give a shout out to the
Yeah.
legend Jock over here. He was asking, are guns going to be the only weapons? And this kind of
Good
also
question.
sparks a little bit. I'm going to add to it. Are there going to be other kinds of weapons? Because there's definitely people like in Valorant. You
Yeah.
like the knife, you like to be a little flashy with those kind of weapons or whatnot. But is there going to be other things outside of guns, or is it just going to be
So
guns?
we're gonna be working on grenades. I think we haven't planned for knives, but I think that's a good idea. Like, I that's a great thing. I like designing knives. Like, it probably, I design swords more than guns sometimes because there's less limitations. Like in terms of you gotta shoot a projectile and you can get more cool with the shape. But yeah, I can tell you for sure. Like we have grenades confirmed to be like something that
Ooh.
we're developing. So, and the grenades, like that's kind of something where you can really like have fun with designing because like the explosions can be way different. One can suck
Oh,
gravity in, like
yes.
I'm brainstorming, just constantly thinking about different ways we can kind of like use those things and have them serve a certain purpose.
Very,
Knives, I'm gonna suggest that. Again, it's just a matter of we're trying to, right now put everything into a pipeline where we can deliver and get things to everyone as soon as
People
possible
are
too.
getting excited about the
Like
grenade, man. You
Oh
said
I'm
yeah.
glad, dude.
grenades,
I'm
and there
glad.
are
Yeah.
eyes lighting up right here.
I'm
Also,
glad. Yeah.
another one is like, what do you have in mind for we were talking about explosives. Like, what do you
The
have in
rocket
mind for
launchers,
rocket launchers and
the
Okay.
whatnot?
energy beams.
So right now we got rocket launchers as our heavy. I do like the LMG idea. Again, that'll be something that I'll bring up as a proposition. We currently have, I want to say, 7 or 8 different guns per faction lined up right now in terms of the call out sheet I made. Again, this is everything again is subject. We're still designing and figuring things out, but I know that we already do have like a good amount of weapons. So you have 7 factions, right? Like 7 or 8 times, that's almost like 50 weapons. So, but for the rocket launchers, like, yeah, I'm thinking big, bulky, like these things are gonna like really be a pain in the butt to reload because they're that big of like, it's not going to be like quick reload. It's like, no, this thing's going to hurt you if it hits you. So like it's that we better like make that shot count, like we're really thinking power here is what I'm thinking behind that. And like again with like the burners for example, right? Like I'm thinking we're going to go molten lava fire theme for like a lot of the projectiles. So like, that explosion will be like, again, I'm just going off the top of my head based on the themes I tried laying out earlier on
Yeah.
the documents internally, but like big old, like maybe goes inward or lava splash or something like that, just molten melts stuff basically.
That's pretty fun, man.
Yeah.
We're ready for just to see how this develops, because this is going from the concept, and then we're going to be able to see the end result here in
Yeah.
time, and we're excited to see how that transforms from now until it actually gets released like that, knowing
Yeah.
that you're going to be behind it with all the great ideas and the experience that you had. We have nothing but faith in all the incredible things that you're going to be able to make. So we are happy that you are definitely a part of the Meta Legends
Thank you.
family, man.
Yeah, man, it's really it's a very unique experience and a very fun one at that. So I'm very happy to be doing this. Like again, like I said, I like it so far more than like AAA because AAA's got so many restrictions, man. Like especially if you're
Yeah, so
working
tell
on
us
a
a little bit about I think that's a good wrap-up question, if anything.
all
Talk
right.
about the freedom versus, in the Meta Legends versus some of the other projects that you've been involved in.
Yeah, that's a really good question. So right now, the way Meta Legends is it's very much blue sky, and that term means like the sky's the limit, basically, where we're just figuring stuff out. We're throwing different ideas out there. Like, hey, this could be this thing. There's like shape language that hasn't been fully defined yet. Whereas like when I was working on Apex Legends, some of the stuff that I had to do was very like it has to have this shape, like it has to have the shape of this gun because it is a skin for this gun, and it's got to have the same reload position and animation. And granted, we're going to be respecting some of those, like just to like make it easier on animators, like reload positions and stuff. That's always something you want to consider when you're designing, but this allows me and the team to like really like just be like, what if we have a gun that looks like, and again, this, I'm not, don't hold me if I don't make a scorpion gun, but I'm like, what if it's a gun that looks like a scorpion? That just came into my head. Like how can we communicate that? How can it fire? Like what kind of things can it like that kind of stuff wouldn't fly as much in like AAA because they already have a set style, really.
Mm.
Especially like even Call of Duty, dude, Call of Duty was so, it was great experience, but it was so very set in stone and so very
Rigid,
limited and
very
Yeah,
rigid. I'm
very
guessing.
yeah.
rigid,
You
very
didn't get much
rigid,
to
man.
explore with in
Yeah.
that. Okay.
So it's basically a difference of like you're a kid and you have a toy box full of like a million toys that you can like play with versus like 3 toys. Like I don't know about you, but like if I'm making a story and I'm playing make believe, I want like a million toys as opposed to just 3
Yes.
things.
I
So,
love it. I
you know,
love it. Just hearing that different perspective about what you're open to, what you're able to do in this project. That's
yeah.
awesome. And I'm happy for it because, we're getting all the creativity that you have into these
Mhm.
weapons. So,
I mean, that's the aim of it. Like I really am, I can tell you right now, I'm really trying to make these weapons unique and guide the team that'll be doing the weapons in the best way possible because I feel like if you're gonna be staring again, you're gonna be staring at something. It's gonna take up 25% of your screen.
Mm.
Like it better be interesting because people
Better
are
look
gonna.
good.
Yeah,
yeah.
dude. Like that's the thing. I want people to get excited, be like, "Whoa, I got this gun!" And like this one's my favorite because it does this and that, and it's got all these like angles in it or what. Like I nerd out about that stuff. Like I don't know if you guys ever played Destiny 2, but the Polaris Lance is like oddly enough one of my favorites because it just
Mhm.
looks like a like kind of a sports car. Like it's
It
just
does.
very unique. Yeah.
Wasn't that the white and purple one? Am I tripping? Was it the white and purple
No,
one?
no, 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 no. It's the one. It's like white. I don't know. Can I wish I could just like pull a picture up or whatever.
I can't. I swear.
Yeah.
Didn't it shoot out like the
It shot
purple
fire.
shot
It didn't
fire?
shoot. It didn't shoot out purple. No, it was
No, man. I
yeah.
was I was heavy Destiny. I was heavy Destiny. Destiny 1, Destiny 2. I kind of laid back, but
Yeah, that's fine. I know. I think it came out in Destiny 2 in the like second expansion, like the one on Mars. Like
man, I missed out on that one,
it's
bro.
all good, man. But like again, Destiny's got a lot of weird looking guns, and like the energy ones, like they don't like you couldn't like fire an actual bullet from it, but like there's some fantasy like that's what I kind of like about Destiny is there's some room for play, like a
Mhm,
little bit of room for push and pull here. So
mhm.
that's kind of the difference, is being
Def-
able to do that versus not.
Definitely. So I understand that, you got a couple things you got to do today. We were talking earlier.
Yeah. I mean, I
So
can stick around for like 10 more minutes if you
yeah,
guys
no,
want to
Cool,
just
that's
cool.
fine. We will keep you for as long as
that's
you
I'm
want.
again, man, like I'm here to get everyone here. Like I want to fill them in on what we're doing and maybe like get some people really excited and
Get that
hyped for
FOMO.
this.
There are a lot of
Exactly.
people
Win.
excited. Is there any other questions that you have for us? We
Yeah, okay. So like what about, I guess if we're gonna go into it, what really excites you about the idea of Meta Legends? Like
Mm.
as a brand, as a, I don't want to say brand and product because it sounds so sterile and corporate, but like as a community, as a project, what do you really like excited for? Like what kind of things really get you hyped and got you into the project in the first
Oh
place?
shit! You know what I'm about
So
to say. Go ahead. You take that. I'll end it.
okay, all right. So for me, it was easy. I was just getting into NFTs, and I was looking at projects launching. And it was like the first one on the page that just stuck out to me. It was the art.
Hmm.
And I'm like, wow, that's cool art. And then I started reading about it. Oh wait, they're creating something. They're creating this metaverse thing where you can play games inside of it. And I'm like, wow, I just want to play the game now with one of these characters.
Nice.
And that got me into that actually is what initiated my interest into it, because after I got into the community, it just I was locked in. Like I was locked in because this community has been so engaging, so welcoming, so supportive. And the thing that I've noticed the most is, they give you a chance. Yeah,
Yeah,
if you have ideas, if you have something that you want to provide, you have all open reign to do it. Like there's people that were creating stickers and placing them around their city and taking
that's
pictures of
awesome.
them. And there's other people that are just making fan art, just different kind of plays on them. And what I love how, like you were saying, how open it is and how much people can really put their creativity into it. And I mean, for me, I'm a nerd. I grew up
Yeah.
gaming and whatnot. I'm also a corporate accountant, so I love anything financial and technology. So crypto was another thing of mine. Blockchain, that was something I did a lot of research on. So it's just a melting pot of people that are the same as me, have those kind of similar interests, and we're just able to engage freely and openly. So it's just like a whole lot of fun.
Man,
Yeah.
my answer is gonna be my big three. I'm from Detroit, Michigan, so
I
I quote the big three a lot, but it's not GM Ford. It's the big three for Meta Legends, bro. Is one is the community. The
uh-huh.
community is amazing. Everybody's transparent to the Discord team, to the team itself. Super transparent. You go into a lot of these NFT projects and they're not. You don't know what the hell they're doing. You have no idea
Yeah.
what they're doing, and then they'll just like, all right, well, we're gonna come out with this. Here's a roadmap. That's it. That's all we're gonna give you. Meta Legends doesn't do that. They didn't do that from the jump. They had AMAs. They gave you a white paper. Just they gave you a keynote. They just gave you an abundant amount of information. So, first things first, it's the transparent community. The art is amazing. We get to actually see it, like the transparency kind of piggybacks on the art because we get to actually see Max make legends. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
get to actually see him make legends. As he works his 3D wand, you know what I'm saying? Just doing this thing, like that's amazing itself. So community art, and then lastly the utility, to be able to rent out our legends and be able to play a play to earn game, and for us to have like a Snapchat type, app that's coming out. Snapchat's going to shit. You know what I'm saying? So like you look at
I never
MetaConnect.
was a fan of Snapchat, so I'm not like too upset about
You know
that.
what I'm saying? But then now you have Meta Legends, right? Now
Yeah.
Meta Legends is gonna make out a Meta Connect, and it's gonna shit on Snapchat. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's just like, you're gonna be able to incorporate your NFTs in the real world. You'll be able to carry them with you. You'll be able to be them. Like who knows? Within like 2 or 3, 4 months from now, we'll be able to do this as legends, and we'll be sitting here like,
Yeah.
yo, boom, bow, bam. We
It's
doing this
crazy,
as
man.
legends. So.
It really
Bro,
is, and like that's the thing is like everybody's because I have like I have friends who are like in different NFT like communities and stuff, and I always ask them, I'm like, why'd you choose this one? And it's always so interesting to have like people tell you their story because like I know people who've bought into projects that have both been good and bad, and the bad ones are always a rug pull, or they're just like, oh, we don't have a roadmap, we're not telling you what we're going to do with this stuff. And it's like, well, for something so, like, you're putting a lot of capital into this, and like, I'm a fan obviously of like just purchasing art for art's sake, but this goes beyond it, because there is the fact that it's tied to the blockchain. Like, I personally, like, I do see there being a future maybe where like it does kind of have a bit more of a takeover on the entertainment side of things. We maybe get more private projects, like, instead of big studio work, which is also really exciting as somebody who like works making games like that. That's really interesting, from my point of view. And again, this is all speculation. I'm not saying it's fact, because like you guys probably know more about NFT and crypto than me, but like just from seeing the trends of like all these projects coming up and people
Man,
trying to add a next level to it is really
The
exciting.
technology is there, man.
It's
The
really crazy. Yeah,
technology, and if you want to get even deeper into that discussion, we'll give you a ticket to the night trade, man. You just come hop
yeah,
on
man. Like,
the
again,
voice chat with us
for
later
sure.
in the evening. We go deep on some of those topics. So
Yeah, dude,
absolutely.
like, again, I'm more than happy to, you guys ever need like you guys ever want to pick my brain, or just I'll come on the show, man. Like, this has been a great, time, like, honestly, like. And again, like, maybe I'd love to interact with the community more too. Like, I don't think I'm on the public Discord, but like I'll get in on that and see what I
You'll
can.
get an invite as soon as we get
yep,
off of here.
Yeah, please, because like I mean, granted, my times, because I'm balancing this and like, trying to like learn other things right now too. But like,
Yeah.
I do want to be able to, if somebody calls me out, like, hey, like, what's the status on things? I'll be like, hey, man, like, thank you for checking in. Like, here's what's going on in the
you
neck
better
of
be
the
careful for
gunwoods.
what you say, because
Dude,
You gonna have
I know, man.
you gonna
But
have everybody on you.
dude, I
now,
know,
now you're
I
gonna have
just
to change the name.
True, man, but it's just I want to be a part of a community that's helping, to support something that I'm enjoying. Like, I am genuinely enjoying this experience so far. So it's definitely something if anybody, again, but yeah, definitely
Preach, bro. You were
Bro,
yeah, man.
preaching.
we got one. I got a question too from
Sure.
JP too. How far are we into weapon development? 10%, 30%, 50%, 70%.
Percentage wise, we just started like assembling a team within the last week or two. So, and a lot of that's been getting, with full transparency, been getting the person under me up to speed and seeing what kind of, if we need to hire out more people to like help work on this. So we're still in early development. Most of the stuff that I showed you today is the finals. Like, again, we have like pages and pages of rough thumbnails and stuff, but that's not like, to me, that's not ever something I like showing, because it's just not pretty. It doesn't get like an excited reaction from people, because they just, don't know
Dude,
how to interpret it sometimes. But
dude, sometimes
um
all you gotta do is drop a little sneak peek, and I
yeah,
guarantee they're eating that.
Eating
They're
it up.
people. I'm eating it, man. I
Man,
love the
what?
sneak
I'm
peeks.
drink I'm drinking
yeah,
it.
thank you. But yeah, just to like put a bow on that question, and then unfortunately, because I gotta take my bird
No,
to
we
the vet,
understand, man. We
um
understand.
to put a bow on that question, I'd say we're maybe like the groundwork's all there. I spent most of the first week putting together a style guide document and defining some of the rule sets we can play around in. So I'd say maybe like 10% or so. But I mean, everything we do, we're going to keep updating the community on, especially for those final weapon shots, because like that's where I really want like it to look. You to go, wow, dude, this looks beautiful. Like, this is
Hmm.
shows all the materials and like a good lighting scheme. Like, like that's what I want to try and push our team, especially to like go to that level. And like, I just to say something one more is like the person so far in the team, they're doing great. Like, they've leveled up within the past week from what I've told them. So
Nice.
I'm happy with the progress they're making.
Dude, it's been Rick, it's been a pleasure, man. It's
Thanks,
been
man.
truly, I had so much fun with this discussion, this interview. I won't even, I'll say it's an interview, but we had a good
Yeah. No,
conversation
dude,
here,
it's
man.
great
It
conversation.
just flowed. You had so much great insight, so much great information to provide, not just us, but the entire community that we
Yeah.
are here. And so, we just want to praise you. We just want to give a big shout out. Thank you for all the work you're
Thanks.
doing and all the stuff that you're working through. We appreciate you, and we can't wait to see you more in the Discord, man.
Oh
Yeah, man.
yes.
Send me that invite and I'll be on. It's probably gonna show up as Frogman because that's just what I put my Discord as anyway. Because
Hey.
I game and stuff, and when I join a gaming Discord, I'm like, oh, I don't want people to like
Yeah,
know who
no,
I
I,
am.
I know what you mean. I know.
So, but yeah, it'd be Frogman, and that would be me on the Discord. But yeah, send me it. I'll keep in contact with you guys, and you guys have a lovely day. And to the
You too,
community,
Rick.
thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you guys listening to me mumble on about like design and silly
No,
stuff like that. So,
anytime, bro.
No, dude,
Anytime, bro.
they love it, man. I guarantee. So we appreciate that. Take care. Take
all
care
right,
with your bird as well. We'll
yeah,
definitely
thank
be
you.
talking, man.
I appreciate it. All right, take care, guys. Bye.
Take it easy, bro.
Peace. Yo,
Man, all
that was
right.
good, man.
Let's kick it back. We're
Dog,
gonna
bro.
take it.
We gotta
We're
kick
gonna
it
take
back,
it
bro.
back. We're gonna sit on back
Whew.
in the lounge,
Dog, that
man.
was
Let's just
crazy.
think about that for a second. I mean, that was some wicked stuff, dude. Some of the different, I mean, look at these pictures that he was talking us through. Just the different things that he's been developing, how he's been going through it, and just, the understanding that he has about this stuff. It's truly incredible, and that was a really fun interview, man. I know you were enjoying it too, and I know a
Dude,
lot of the people in the community were excited for that. What are your final takes on that before we
bro,
jump into something a little bit fun for the community?
bro, that was actually pretty hype, bro. I can't lie. That was so dope. And like he was so cool, right? Remember, I'm like, bro, he seems so down to earth, man, and he's so cool. Like, when the Power Rangers came out, his favorite Power Rangers was the one that was the frog. They did the frog. Remember the frog Power Ranger, bro? The Power
Dude, that
Ranger
was
movie, bro.
I loved his concepts. Just
Yeah,
how he was applying things, and he's still thinking about stuff that he was doing on his own time. I love hearing that stuff. Even if it's not going to be incorporated into the game, it's still cool to hear different perspectives like that. So he was a lot of fun.
bro.
But this
He
kind of
was so
takes
fun.
us into we're in the lounge now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
And what did we do last week? We might have had
Did we have a giveaway last
did
week?
we have a giveaway? I think we did. I don't know. Are you feeling like maybe
Bro,
maybe maybe
I
we
feel
should
like
do another one?
I feel like we gotta be consistent. You know?
We got to do something. I think we should throw it on up there. Let's do it. 3 Meta Legends signed prints and 1 NFT are up to win. And the
Woo.
winners are going to be picked randomly in the next 48 hours. So go out there to the Meta Legends NFT. Follow them. Also follow Meta Legends Live. Tag
Retweet
2
this.
friends. Retweet. And here is a nice. Oh, I mean, look at this. Look at this. This is the picture that you guys will see out there on the post. Look at that row
Shut up, Red
bottom,
Rabbit.
man.
Shut up, Red Rabbit. Shut up, Red Rabbit.
Look at that roboter, dude. Is that thing not just wicked cool?
Yo, so sick with the eyes, bro. With the eyes, for me, it's the eyes and the helmet, the helmet armor combo. Like such a bad my effort,
I
bro.
know. That thing looks like it is about to do something. It looks like it's going to tear something down. It looks like it will destroy something. It's just powerful. Such a powerful looking character right there. So, I mean, again,
I
we're doing a
see, bro.
giveaway, 3
Mhm.
Meta Legends signed prints and 1 NFT to win. The winner's picked in the next 48 hours.
Like retweet this channel, baby. Like
Yes.
retweet this channel, baby.
Yes, and just show appreciation for some of the artwork here. I mean, it's just incredible. So, I mean, did we say something about, we did say something about the giveaway, but,
There
we
was
had
something.
people that stuck I'm pretty sure we had some people that stuck through all the way, and we did tell them we might have a sneak peek here at the end, didn't we?
Does anybody want to see a exclusively rare pet?
Ooh, a pet. What pet could we be? Let's think.
Dude, let's think,
We
man.
got a couple of different things. It could be a rough pet. It could
Yeah,
be
be a
a matrix
celestial
thing.
pet,
Oh,
Matriel,
but here we
cyber.
go. Let's show them.
Let's get it. Woo! Look at
Oh,
that
this
boy.
is a burner pet. Would you look at this beast?
Beautiful.
Oh my goodness. Do you
Come
see
to
the
daddy.
detail?
Come to daddy.
Do
Come
you see
here.
the detail? Look at those arms. Look at the body. Look at the head. That is a mean looking machine right there, dude.
Yo,
Look
that
at
thing
it.
looks like it just gives out DPS, doesn't it? It just looks like I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna hurt you. Like that's what it looks like.
Honestly, if I'm out there in the meta life and I run across this thing,
Oh, shit my pants.
I'm gonna give
Shit
them
my
my lunch money, man. I'm gonna say, here, treat yourself.
I shit my pants and I'm leaving, bro. I'm leaving. I'm like, I'm gonna go back in my car, in my meta car, all right, and I'm going the opposite way, all right. Looking
Yeah,
that way.
but I mean, this is so cool. This has not been dropped yet, and this has not even been seen in the Discord. So, really cool exclusive sneak peek that Max provided us today, and it
Salute,
is
Max.
definitely incredible. So, you know, that's just what they do, man. They just keep on bringing out all that cool stuff. I mean,
I'm
woo!
staring at it. I'm staring at it. I'm staring at. I got the live pulled up on the other window. Okay, it just went away. I was I was still staring at it. I'm sorry. I was like,
Oh,
bro, it looks.
dude, this is incredible. I mean, let's just look at this episode today. This is our second episode,
Bro.
and we had so much great information to talk about with the AMAs and the announcements that are going on. And then we had that incredible interview with Rick. I mean, that in itself was just crazy.
I
All
feel
the
like
time.
we all three of us had like the same amount of fun there. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
there was nothing but fun for me, man. And
Yeah.
I could see it in you. I could see the passion in Rick being able to share his, just his profession, his work, what he does, and what he's doing, and what he's able to do. I mean, the man's motivated, and he is excited to start creating
Man.
weapons for Meta Legends, man.
Yo,
So,
and now he's welcome to a community that we thrive off that. Like, bro, we literally live to lift each other up. You know what I'm saying? That's what legends do. You know what I'm saying? We lift up the people around us. So
it is a legendary community, man. That is,
definitely,
to say the least. So, I think that we're going to wrap it up here, man. Is there any last minute things that you got to say you want to throw out to the people?
Man, I just want everybody to know that we are on the map. We are actually about to take over. Give us a second. Stay tuned for Friday. It seems as though we got the big sweep going on Friday, guys. So stay tuned. Hop in the Discord, man. Stay tuned here if if you a busy person like me, like Roz, and you doing other things, working a 9 to 5, you got kids, you got meetings, you got a girl you're trying to impress. Hey, look, man, I understand, okay? But you can always catch us right here on Meta Legends Live on our Instagram, our Twitter, our TikTok, and our YouTube. So you can always catch us here, man. Yo, so
Definitely.
hey.
Thanks for everybody tuning in, especially the ones that were throwing out some questions today. This wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for the team, the community, and all the people involved in this project. So big shout out to all of you. Thank you so much for everything. Make sure to tune in. Come check out the Discord. Like Sinkami was saying, we got things on the calendar for the events that are going on throughout the week. Lots of stuff. Tomorrow's a new day with new information, new stuff happening. Always something happening in Meta Legends.
Hey, let's close it out with a good win. You feel me?
Take it easy, Legends. We're gonna lock it in, and we're gonna see you here on Saturday for the next episode.
Peace.
Have a good one, fam.